על הכמן קראנו בנים, ואכן בניו ובנותיו אנחנו, והבן לימדנו לומר.
אבינו שבשמיים, יתקדש שמך, תבוא מלכותך, יעשה רצונך, כבשמיים כן בארץ. את לחם חוקנו תן לנו היום, וסלח לנו על חטאינו, כפי שסולחים גם אנחנו לחוטאים לנו. ואל תביאנו לידי ניסיון, כי חלצנו מן הרע.
אנא אדוני חלצנו מכל רעה ותן שלום בימינו.
Well, as you can see, it's already a blessing to be here with Father Benny, who is an Italian priest. The Lord has brought him all the way from Puglia through Rome and here to Jerusalem. And he is the parish priest here in a place called St. James Vicariate,
Correct.
very close to Notre Dame of Jerusalem Center, for those of you who have been here. And he is now been inaugurated in our pilgrim staff. Of course, all of us are pilgrims in this life. And each one of you as virtual pilgrims, I'm just delighted to introduce you to not just Father Benny, but also his work here in Jerusalem. So can you explain to us, I don't know if you'd like to add something more about yourself and your studies and what brought you to Jerusalem, and then more about the St. James Vicariate, this place.
Sure, no problem. First of all, I was born in Naples, not
I'm
in
sorry.
Puglia. I was born in Naples, and
Okay.
it's where I started learning Hebrew in college. So when eventually I moved to Israel, just because of my studies and my PhD, my research, I discovered that there's actually a community of Roman Catholics who live their life in Hebrew.
Amazing.
And then I really found it amazing. I said, this is my place. And in fact, it's what I did. I came for a month during the summer, and then I came back for a year, and that year never ended, because in fact, just after the PhD, I asked to be admitted to formation towards priesthood in order to serve this congregation. It's a very small reality. We barely reach the 1,000 people in the whole country, and we are spread in 5 small communities.
Oh, wow. So this isn't the only community?
No, in Jerusalem. But exactly. In Jerusalem, we have one in each of the main cities in Israel. So we have Tel Aviv, Haifa, Beersheba, Tiberias, and then we have also 2 little communities, no, not so little, but 2 communities of Russian-speaking Catholics. They all belong to our vicariate. So basically, we serve all those Catholics who live in the state of Israel and who live their life and speak Hebrew as like a daily language. So we can occasionally have also Arabs who fall into this category.
Yes, because I think a lot of people who don't live here might not realize that Arab is not equal to Palestine. There's a lot of Arab Israelis or Arab-speaking Israelis who are residents here. There's such a diversity of realities. It's difficult to understand fully, but yeah, they all speak Hebrew, actually, most of the
They
Arabs.
speak Hebrew, and actually if you come to any service on Sunday here, in a congregation of 100 people, you can see all these faces of different people and different backgrounds. And what we have in common is, of course, a shared faith in Jesus Christ, belonging to the Catholic Church and the Hebrew language, which is also a means to connect with the Jewish people around us, who is the majority.
Absolutely. In fact, this is directly in a Jewish neighborhood. So I mean,
We are 100% plunged into the Jewish society here in Israel, in Jerusalem. From outside, you wouldn't even figure that there's a church inside, because it looks like a normal building.
yeah, it does.
It's not that we are hiding our identity, but we want to be discreet, and we want to be a relaxing presence, not a threatening presence.
Yeah, nothing in your face, something that really, yeah, that's good.
Because unfortunately, the mainstream Israeli thought about Catholics and Christians in general is that they are missionaries. So here, the word missionary has a very negative connotation in Israel. That's why we refrain from using it, because it's not who we are. We are missionaries because we are followers of Christ, and through our life, we want to live out the gospel. And the gospel, when you live it out, it's a good news. It's a good message, and people may be attracted to it. But it's not that we are looking for people to convert.
Right. There's a difference between being a witness and proselytizing, going out there and trying to make converts. You're
Yeah.
just living a coherent Catholic life.
Hoping, and yeah, we try to, but really proselytism is not on our agenda at
Right.
all. And we show this by being a friendly presence to the Jewish people. We studied the Bible with the Jewish congregation here in this very hall.
Oh, and this is neat.
Yeah.
And this
One-
is a Jewish
This is
Hebrew
yeah.
Bible
This is
right here.
this is a Bible in Hebrew. Yeah, I mean.
Oh, this is the Book of Kings. I can actually read that.
Exactly. This is the
Malachim.
second book of Kings. Actually, we don't use the expression Hebrew Bible because for us there's a Bible,
Yes.
which is a shared patrimony of both Jews and Christians. And then, of course, there's the New Testament, but the New Testament doesn't come instead of the Old
Exactly.
Testament. So we have one Bible.
I like
The
it.
Jewish people has, what we have part of our Bible, and we have an addition.
Addition.
we have an addition to it, and so here, for example, the fact that once a month we meet together, we are half enough Jews and Catholics, and after 10 years now, we have finished the whole Torah, and this year we started learning the Psalms together, which is also a shared.
That's incredible. So
See?
these are actually non-Catholic Jewish people who come.
Yeah,
This is
fully
amazing.
fully Jewish and fully Catholics studying the Bible together, and it was their initiative. They knocked on our door 10 years ago and said,
my
"We are
gosh.
looking for partners." And because of the language and because of the shared culture, we were, of course, the first choice, and we were only too happy to do so.